Welcome to the Early On. My name is Corey and I'm a resource consultant from Lansdowne Children's Center. Today I'm going to talk to you about your child's temperament and look at a few temperament traits in detail. For those of you who watched the previous video entitled Introduction to Temperament, you may recall that temperament, as defined by Dr. Stella Chess and Alexander Thomas, is the personality part of your child that determines how your child deals with the world. Temperament traits are present from birth to a large degree and determine how your child behaves. Today we're going to examine 3 temperament traits that will affect how well your child fits in at school, at home, and with other children, and we'll look at how the traits remain the same as the child grows. We will look at approach, withdrawal, adaptability, and attention span and persistence. According to Chess and Thomas, 40% of infants are classified as easy babies. They adjust easily to new situations, they quickly establish routine, and generally they're cheerful and easy to calm. 10% of infants are classified as difficult babies. They are slow to adjust to new experiences. They likely react negatively to intense stimuli and events. 15% of infants are slow to warm up babies. They are somewhat difficult at first, but they become easier over time. Approach withdrawal refers to your child's first and usual reactions to new things, experiences, places, people, or ideas. At 2 months, with a positive approach, baby smiles and licks the washcloth during bath time and always likes their bottle. A child at 2 months with a negative approach rejected cereal for the first time, and they cry when strangers appear. A child at 2 years with a positive approach slept well for the first time he stayed over at Grandma's house, and at 2 years with a negative approach avoids strange children on the playground, whimpers the first time at the beach, and will not go in the water. At 10 years, a child with a positive approach went to camp happily, loved to ski for the first time. A child at 10 years with a negative approach was severely homesick at camp during the first days and does not like new activities. Some children are more comfortable approaching and trying new things right from the start, while others are more cautious. This trait is closely tied to the temperament trait of adaptability, which refers to how easily a child adapts to changes and transitions following their initial reaction. Most children are slow to approach, are also slow to adapt. If your child does not respond well to new situations, support them through the new experiences and set a time limit. Prepare for new activities by encouraging your child to use their imagination and pretend they are getting ready for new adventures. Be there for them when things don't work out. Encourage them when they show initiative and follow their lead when appropriate. Help them to talk about their feelings. If your child plunges right into new situations readily, watch them carefully to keep them safe. If they are pushy with other children, teach them appropriate ways to approach them. If your child is over-enthusiastic at first about a new situation and then negative, try to prepare them ahead of time and give them realistic expectations. Adaptability refers to how easily or quickly your child adjusts to new changes in their environment after their initial response has occurred. Some children are very flexible and are able to progress smoothly and quickly after they encounter a change or schedule in routine. They are also able to accept new ideas or items easily and without much fuss. Other children, however, have a more stressful time transitioning. This temperament trait is closely tied to the trait of approach withdrawal, which refers to a children's initial response or reaction to new things, ideas, places, and people. Most children who are slow to adapt are also more likely to withdraw when first confronted with new ideas, and those who are quick to adapt initially tend to be more receptive. A child at 2 months who is adaptive was passive during their first bath and now enjoys bathing. They smile at the nurse. A child at 2 months who is not adaptive still is startled by sudden sharp noises and resists diapering. A child at 2 years who is adaptive obeys quickly. They stay contentedly with their grandparents for a week. A child at 2 years who is not adaptive cries and screams each time their hair is cut, and they disobey persistently. A child at 10 years who is adaptive likes camp, although homesick during the first couple days, and they learn enthusiastically. A child at 10 years who is not adaptive does not adjust well to a new school or a new teacher, and they often come home late for dinner even when punished. If your child takes a long time to adapt to new situations, provide them with many opportunities to experience new things in a brief and gradual way. Provide predictable routines. Do not use a sink or swim approach, as this can make your child more anxious. Talk to them about upcoming events, let them ask questions, and always provide reassurance. Warn them about transitions, give them opportunities to interact with other children, and teach them appropriate ways to approach new children. If your child is quick to adapt, enjoy it, and just make sure the situation is safe. Let them know you appreciate how well they are managing. Check that they are continuing to enjoy the activity. If their enjoyment is fading, remind them that sometimes happens. Attention span and persistence refers to your child's ability to stick with a task in spite of distractions, interruptions, or frustrations. A child at 2 months with a long attention span, if soiled, continues to cry until changed. They repeatedly reject water if they want milk. A child at 2 months with a short attention span cries when awakened but stops almost immediately. They often object mildly if cereal precedes their bottle. A child at 2 years with a long attention span works on a puzzle until it's completed, and they watch when shown how to do something. A child at 2 years with a short attention span gives up easily if a toy is too hard to use. They ask for help immediately if undressing becomes difficult. A child at 10 years with a long attention span reads for 2 hours before sleeping and does their homework carefully. A child at 10 years with a short attention span gets up frequently from homework for a snack, and they never finish a book. If your child has a problem sticking with things and paying attention, use touch, pictures, and verbal instructions to help them finish a task. Offer guidance and assistance, and stay close by in case the task gets too difficult for them. Have them work for a brief period of time in an uncluttered, consistent place. Let them take breaks while doing a task. Make sure they return to the task after the break. And make sure the task is completed and praise them when they do. If your child is very persistent with a high attention span, praise their persistence when appropriate. Choose your battles carefully and try to negotiate whenever possible. At the same time, make sure that you are clear about rules and stick to them. Teach your child to estimate the time it will take to complete a task, and let them know that sometimes they need to stop before finishing a task. Give them a warning if you need them to interrupt a task. Remember that these traits are something your child is born with. They are unique beings. Learn to work together with your child and understand how your temperament fits with your child's temperament, and create strategies to help each other. Appreciate your child and help them feel good about who they are.
A resource consultant from the Early Integration Program is available to talk to you should you want more information, support, or to discuss any concerns or questions you may have. Please contact us by email at eip@lansdowncc.com or by phone at 519-753-3153. Ask reception if you can speak to a resource consultant.